Hello everybody. So it's I actually don't know what time it is, but it's early evening, and I've just finished stitching finishing off the book, slow stitch Boro inspired book. Cover, and inside I've added the signatures. So I've just finished it now. I've been working on it most of the day today, and previously, and I'd put it down for a few days. I hadn't worked on it, but I was gathering pages and fabrics and things like that. So it's a blank book, pretty much. It's I haven't really done any work in it. I've just basically put the everything together and finished it in terms of making the book itself, but I haven't decorated it yet. So this is the book cover that I stitched. I'll open it up so you can see it. I stitched this on camera, more for the most part anyway. You would have seen me stitching this, and I've added, I can't remember how far I got, but I added more slow stitch details in, just pointing them out here. I sewed in the two sides here and here, and I think you saw these little bits added, but I went over the stitching there. So yeah, just added little bits, more stitching in them, and I was tempted to do more. I could have carried on doing more, but I decided that the cover is quite decorative in terms of the amount of pieces that are put together on here, and I think I quite like it as it is. I think I would have liked more, but I decided I'd done enough, and I like the subtlety of some of the work that I've been doing on it. And there's nothing to stop me adding little bits of stitching or adding embellishments. In fact, I thought about adding this little button here. I really like it. Or I might add it here and use it as a closure. At the moment I haven't added a closure, but that's not to say I won't. So then the next thing I did was to add the inside. So I added some felt. I don't think I've got a piece. It's just basic felt that you buy from the shop, similar to this sort of style felting. And so I added that in between the layers, and then I added this blue, it's a Japanese vintage cloth, and so I added that as well, and that's my inside cover, so that's how I wanted that. And I added some paper signatures. I added 2 as per Kathryn's tutorial. I just felt it balanced really nicely. I wasn't intending to just follow Kathryn's tutorial to a letter, but it made sense. It balanced it out, so I'm happy with how that looks. And then I chose my fabrics. So I used an old pillowcase that was white. It's slightly discoloured and it has a couple of little stains on it. I think it's a vintage one, and it was quite decorative. I think I must have, well, I know I've had it for a while, and I think I probably got it from either a second-hand shop or something like that, maybe, way back. And yeah, it's had a nice decorative border, but I took that off because I didn't need that, and I just managed, on one side I managed to get 3 signatures, or 3 pages, so I've got quite a lot really. And then this is fabric that I got. It's a Swedish fabric, it's vintage, and I've been hanging on to it for a little while, and I thought, well, I'll use it in this. I quite like the difference between that and that lovely soft cotton. So this is a much more rough texture. It's got a lot of texture, and it's even got a slight sheen to it. I don't know if you can see that, but I quite like it, so I think it would be nice to stitch on. I have tried a needle through it, and it's fine, it's absolutely fine to go through. And I added 2 pieces of that, so I added a piece at the front, or the first page, and then the second page. So this has, sorry, in the last page, so this has 5 sheets that will then make up 20 sides. So, you know, 5 here, 5 here, and then if you turn them over, they'll make 20. I think that's right, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you know, and that's how it works. So I tied this in. I'm going to untie it for you so you can see. So I've used sari silk, and during the process of putting this on, I sandwiched the sari silk in between the fabrics and then sewed it on. So I'm not sure about it now. I mean, I like it, I love the colour, but I'm just hoping that it does stand up to the wear and tear. It should do, but you know, you never know. And also I don't like the way it bends like that, so I'm probably going to do a stitch there and there just to secure it a bit more. So, but yeah, I mean, I like it, I like the colour of it, and I just hope it, you know, stands up to wear and tear. But as I will be getting these, you know, the fabric pages out when I work on them. That's the point of having it. And in the end, I could, you know, cut it off and sew it in as a signature eventually anyway. So that might be the plan. So then I'll take you through the signatures. So there I wanted to use watercolour paper because I intend to use this as a experimental sketchbook and, you know, do various mixed media in it. And but I found that the watercolour paper that I had wasn't suitable. It was just too hard, and no matter how much I tried to soften it, it just wasn't working. So I've used cartridge paper. It's a nice quality, it's got a lovely texture to it. It's soft but at the same time quite robust, so I'm happy with that. And I used 5 sheets of that. And then I have this lovely book that I wanted to use. I've been wanting to use it for a while, and it's one that I wouldn't particularly read. I did try and read some of it, but it's a beautiful book, don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful book, but I thought I wanted to use some of the images in it because I love the images. So I've taken this out. I love this is muslin that's been dyed, and I really liked the blue, and then the inside had lots of writing on, so I've put brown paper over the top. This is a beautiful patterned tissue paper that I've been hoarding for quite a long time, and I decided today I was going to use it. I wanted something to contrast here, and I wanted extra pages in the book as well. So, and then, as I say, I've added 5 sheets of this, so that would again make 20 overall, 20 sides. And then I've also added wet strength tissue paper. So this is the type of paper that you can do mixed media work on, and it's very, very strong. So I've added this, and I will be working on that as well. And I've added 2 sheets of that. So I've added one there and another one here. And then this is the centre here, and I've sewn it in using embroidery thread. I don't think I'll be adding anything to the threads, but I'll leave them for now. Oh yeah, so as I say, just, you know, tissue paper in between. I could use just as tissue paper to, you know, like for example, if I did some charcoal work on here, it would just transfer to the tissue paper and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But I think you know, well, it depends. I'll see how I get on with it. But I do like that. I always include tissue paper in my journal. So yeah, really happy with the amount of pages that I have. There's the other side of that. And then here, because there was writing and an image that I didn't want on here, I just added a little pocket there, piece of paper, and pocket there. This is origami paper. and that was already on the sheet itself. It was part of the decorative part of the sheet, the paper. So this is the bit that I added and then folded up. And then on this side, again from the same book, and I really like this. I thought it was lovely, you know, fabric, cloth, twine, whatever. You know, they're obviously pieces of cloth that have been made into balls of twine. So I like that. And again, this is already on there, but I added this little, because this reminded me of my own work at the front, apart from the red. I quite like that, so I added that, and I made a journaling card from a piece of work that's, I found this in a magazine. It's a Boro stitch, again the same, and so I thought I'd make that into a journaling card, so I popped that in there. This is again the same paper as this, but in gold, so it's the same as that but in gold. And I wanted to add it because I think it you know, complemented these two together, and that complemented that, so the blue and then the brown, so I like that contrast. And then yeah, so I've added that. Beautiful paper. I think I've used, well, I know I've used little pieces of it in work before, but it's just absolutely gorgeous paper. The same thing again, I've used the cartridge paper, some of it's rough edged, just where I've torn it, and then I've used the wet strength tissue paper again, a couple of pieces, and then you've got the middle there, and then the back there, and then again that on that side. This is a fold out envelope that I've added on, but I may well make it into a pocket so that I can add just whatever I want to it. And I may well add a pocket here. I'm thinking of a sort of you know, a triangle pocket that I can just slip things in, but I haven't decided yet. So the next stage of it, I'm really happy with it. I did have real doubts about the size of the spine. You can see the spine there. But I think, you know, it's probably about the right size if I'm going to add lots of things in, which I will. I'm going to be working in this for some time. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. It's, you know, flexible. It's just card in the centre there. I don't know if I showed you all of that before. I stitched round, you can see the stitching. I purposefully used a darker thread to stitch round there. But as I said, I might need to reinforce that a little bit, the ribbon a little bit. But overall, I'm really happy with it. Love this is all vintage. Well, not all of it actually. There's a couple of pieces. This piece was mine, for example, before, and that piece, but the rest is vintage. Oh, and those little pieces were mine before as well. But the rest is all vintage. Japanese fabrics I bought not that long ago, just a couple of months ago from Etsy, from a site off Etsy, and a lady there. And it was a smallish bundle, but it was certainly enough to make all this, and I have quite a lot left. So I'm excited for what I'm going to do next. I am going to make some more pouches, but I'm going to make smaller ones, and I'm thinking of making pouches that you can hang around the neck. But yeah, so I've got some ideas about what I want to do next, and I really enjoyed it. Thanks to Kathryn at K3N. You know, I've just really enjoyed doing this work, and it's got a long way to go. It's going to be treasured by me. And also the other thing I'm going to be doing is making a pouch. That was what I was going to say. So I'm making a bag, a drawstring bag or something like that, that this will sit in, and then I will probably add you know, a little stitching kit and various other little bits, so that I can take this with me and work on it wherever I go. So that's the plan. So I hope you like that anyway, and I'll be back to do more work. I've got some ideas for some tutorials, or just generally crafting along with me. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be back very soon. So take care everyone, and see you soon. Bye for now.